Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exhilarating episode of BattleZone TV, a spooktacular event part 2.
That is absolutely correct. I am the professional Sean Lathrop.
And I am your special host again for this episode, Tommy Beetle Danger.
Hey, when you talk about spooky, nothing gets scarier than the two big men right there, Mongo and Chuck Hammer.
Yeah, those Hammer brothers are definitely one of the most scariest competitors we've ever seen in the IWE ring. And with them, Mike Goodman and Simon Paige, the Goodman Detective Agency.
And Simon Paige, of course, looking to be the new streak after a huge win over Jay the Sound Guy. And before that, the win over Chuck Hammer. He's at 2-0 right now.
Didn't he beat a referee too?
I believe you're right, so he's 3-0.
I gotta say, Mike Goodman looking very nice in that blue suit.
Mike Goodman's always put off the best suits.
I'm going to let you pick from a pre-randomly drawn list of opponents. I'm going to let you pick who Simon Paige's opponent is. That's fair, right? So I got 3 names here. 3 names here. Since it's the Halloween season, it's going to be a treat for you fans. Are they all the same? Simon is probably worried because he don't know who he's facing, but he knows he can handle it. Clint, I got 3 names here. Pick one. I got this.
Is he doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
There you go.
I believe so.
Now, here, do what you do best and announce Simon Paige's opponent. You not like that one?
Not particularly.
What?
Not particularly.
Okay, you want to pick another one?
Let him pick another one. It's all right, let him go get it.
There we go. Now that one you're stuck with, so here. So right here and announce. Right here. We want everyone to hear it. Come on.
Don't do it. My Goodman, you are a low-down, dirty jerk.
That's right.
Y'all, you know whose name's on this piece of paper. You know the kind of crap he pulls. I'll tell you something. I'm not going to lay down in the middle of this ring for that man. I'm not going to lay down in the middle of this ring for you. I do it for Mongo. I do it for Chuck.
I will announce it. His opponent is Clint Williams.
And Chuck Hammer with a beat down on the Clint.
I need a referee out here now.
And a big splash from Chuck Hammer. Sends our announcer, Clint, into the corner as referee Dan Tanner makes his way to the ring. A man we know who has been paid off before.
Yes, Clint Williams really trying to do a 4-on-1 battle. Brave man, but not a smart man, clearly.
I don't think he tried to do it. He vouched against it.
He said he would not lay down for Simon Paige, which only would make me think he would want to fight these men instead. Simon Paige believing he's going to have this match in the bag. I don't know about this. Clint Williams, if you ever seen Clint Williams in the back, he is definitely a monster in the back area.
And I guess this matchup is underway as Simon Paige is left to pick the bones of Clint Williams. And he's just beating up the leg of Clint. And now putting him in an ankle lock. And the Goodman Detective Agency pulling the rope away from Clint so he can't touch it.
He's just so close.
and apparently Clint Williams tapping out.
That's 4-0, baby, 4-0.
This is ludicrous.
No, that's Simon Paige. Ludacris was in Fast and Furious.
Oh my God. That was awful.
That wasn't that bad. I mean, I think Clint did a very great effort in there. It just wasn't his night this time.
Now, there's a problem that we don't have a ring announcer. But I have a treat for all of you, too. I plan for everything. I have my own personal ring announcer right backstage, and I want to introduce her to you right now. Come on out, sweet cheeks.
Did he say peachy?
I think he said sweet cheeks.
Oh. And the returning Shelby.
Come on. Cheer. Clap for her.
Of course, in costume, Shelby Ingalls being the new ring announcer.
You might remember her from a while
Welcome
back.
What do we do with trash like that?
Just walking over Clint Williams is Shelby Ingalls.
What's wrong with you?
We've never seen this type of attitude from Shelby. What is this? What's going on here?
I mean, Clint essentially took her job for reasons we never got answered to.
We had a good night.
It's Mike Goodman bringing him back, such a good thing.
I think Mongo just dropped the knee on Clint's hat.
And that's an expensive hat. He's told me a lot about that hat.
But as the Goodman Detective Agency wanted to get out of here, they're not getting out of here just yet. It's the bully killer, Bill Blackwell, making his way to the ring.
Big
What is
bully. Bully killer's going back for something.
Coming out here with referee Nate, who we saw Goodman just floor on one of the previous episodes of BattleZone TV. And that is the referee that Simon Paige pinned.
Showing no fear, but of a swagger in referee Nate. Of course, anyone would have a swagger when you got the bully killer right next to you.
And Goodman, as he exits the ring, gets a good slap in on referee Nate, as Shelby Ingalls looks to make her first ring announcing since returning.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. In this corner, we have information that I'm not allowed to give out. Top secret information. But here he is, Mongo Hammer! And his opponent, from anywhere he wants, weighing in at 400 pounds, the bully killer, Bill Blackwell!
And it looks like this is setting up the match for Mongo Hammer versus Bill Blackwell as our opening contest here tonight on BattleZone TV.
A rematch from not too long ago. And I believe after that match, referee Nate got a beat down along with Bill Blackwell.
And this matchup is underway as the two men face off in the center of the ring. Mongo went in for a chop and is already celebrating, but Bill was unaffected. Oh! And a chop from the monster hands of the bully killer.
Of course, Mongo's been fighting his younger brother Chuck his entire life. A man the size of Blackwell doesn't intimidate him that much.
A man actually probably smaller than the size of Bill Blackwell.
Not by much.
Not by much, but just enough to where he's not prepared for the intensity and strength of Blackwell. And ducking the line. Right hands from Mongo. Oh, and a chop sends him right down to the mat.
Bill Blackwell with a massive size advantage, pretty much a size advantage against any man he faces. But Mongo's no slouch when it comes to the power game.
Absolutely. We know it, Mongo as probably one of the strongest pound-for-pound competitors we've seen in this arena, as he rakes the eyes of Bill Blackwell.
I'm sure he was just fixing his eyebrows. Gotta look on fleek, as the kids say nowadays.
And now Hammer delivering a shoulder into the corner, and it almost bounced him back to the other corner.
We got the girth of Blackwell. It's no surprise he would bounce back.
Oh! It went to the well one too many times. He runs into the ring post and falls out of the ring.
Blackwell being a little smarter there, knowing it was going to happen a third time, almost really taunting him in there just by staying there.
And it makes you question whether or not those first couple shoulders really affected Bill in any way, shape, or form, or whether or not it was just a clever setup.
As you said yourself, he bounced off the first time. I would assume the way Blackwell is just still looking so in control, he kind of just played him off.
As Mongo starts to get back into the ring, as the referee's at a count of 5. And he went to get back in the ring, and Bill went to rush him immediately, but Mongo wasn't having any of it.
When you're someone that's associated with Mike Goodman, PI, you know the mental games so well and how to really mess with your opponent. Mike is essentially one of the greatest masters of that in this company.
And Mike, allowing the distraction, giving enough time for Mongo to get into the ring and take control of Bill as he puts him in that headlock, that sleeper hold.
He's got all of his weight onto Bill's back. Oh.
It's just the size overpowering Mongo as he sends him into the corner. And a chop across the chest again. At this point, Mongo's chest has got to be nearly broken in half. And maybe a thumb to the eye from Mongo.
European uppercut by Mongo, staggering Blackwell into the corner.
There's just so much mass to Bill that it's like, even with those uppercuts, as strong as Mongo is, he can't really get a good clean shot at right near the upper part of his chest, near the chin.
He pretty much has to throw his entire weight into it.
And right at the 5 count, Bill throws Mongo off. Big splash into the corner. Mongo staggered. Bill goes in for a second. Asking for one more. Goes running in, and Mongo dodges it. Oh, Lord! A German suplex from Mongo to Blackwell. In for the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out from Blackwell, nearly enough to take the big man down. What a German.
I've said this before when it was the Bam Grizzly. I'll say it now towards Blackwell. Mongo may just have the best German suplex in this company. All respect to John Campbell.
And up to the top rope is going Mongo, but Blackwell's catching him and just throwing him down to the center of the mat.
And Chuck Hammer trying to go after Blackwell.
And it looks like as Chuck was distracting the ref, Mike Goodman gave Mongo a magnifying glass, his magnifying glass. Oh, and then
2.
And the Bully Killer picking up the victory.
And your winner is Bill Blackwell.
some assistance from Mike. Blackwell getting the upper hand. Oh, and now an assault from the Goodman Detective Agency. A low blow, a choke, a kick.
Looks like there's no one here. The IWE Rejects is just Bill Blackwell. Were they just chanting for you to help him? I'd love to see you go in there.
Against the Goodman Detective Agency, no thanks. As Clint so eloquently put, he would lay down for Chuck or Mongo Hammer, and I would do exactly the same thing. I'm not getting in the ring with those two.
I would lay down for any man in that ring. They are so great, so honorable, so trustworthy. I mean, it would just be an honor to be in a match with them.
I don't know about that much.
And a spine buster.
Jinx, you owe me a space soda. My Lord. I can't believe Mongo, I mean, I know he has the strength to do it, but even witnessing it, I have a hard time believing that he gave a spine buster and a German suplex to Bill Blackwell.
And the referee, Nate, is back out here.
And now Goodman signaling for the referee to count.
That's 5-0 for the Simon Paige streak. 5. 2 tonight, 5 in total.
5 in total. And now again, the Goodman Detective Agency roughing up the referee, Nate. 4-0.
That's number 5.
There's your ref's glasses.
Thank you.
I was going to take them, but I don't see a thing with
And the Goodman Detective Agency making their exit after, I guess, a victory. And the look of disbelief and anger and frustration from Blackwell as he makes his way back to his feet.
So, Roberto, what are your thoughts on not being able to find a partner for tonight's tag team match?
Well, first of all, whatever your name is, when you address me, you call me Mr. Cruz, okay? And secondly, it's a travesty. One of the worst things that ever happened in this company, someone so looked up to and reserved like Roberto Cruz can't find a partner. With every guy in the back that looks up to me and no one wants to step up to... Excuse me. Hey, come here, you. What do you got planned tonight? Nothing? Well, you maybe want to join up with me, you know, the Roberto Cruz experience. It'll be a lifelong lesson experience. It'll be a good, you know, maybe this will persuade you. Huh?
You got a deal.
I got a deal. Yes!
Some interesting developments. It seems Roberto Cruz and Sam Hex will be teaming up against Corey Kerr and Nick Baker.
Before we get too far and bring out these other two jokers. All right, where's the security around here? You, hey. are so rudely interrupted. Let me introduce to you the official winners of this match. Their official combined weight is none of your business. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam Hex. And his partner, he is the gold standard of IWE. Your favorite wrestler, this is Roberto Cruz.
The aura looking better and better every time I see him.
That gold jacket is stylish.
It is.
I will give him that much. Matches the boots so well.
The glasses, the gold chain.
And wait a minute, the music playing is Roberto Cruz's, but he's already out here. What's going on? No, I didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know what's going on. And Nick Baker coming out here looking like Roberto Cruz here in this spectacular event of BattleZone TV.
Last episode we saw the Deans, and now we see Roberto Baker coming out.
He looks pretty good as Roberto Cruz. Pulls off those shades really well.
It matches the sprinkles.
Hey, got the music! Got the music!
Of course, we found out a little bit more about Corey Kerr and why he wears the bandages, why there's so many names on his bandages in the last episode with Daniel Napier, our newest backstage commentator.
I gotta say, I'm really intrigued by this matchup, this tag team contest. This is gonna be astounding. These four talents are sensational. Growing up here in the IWE locker room, in this ring, they have all competed at such high levels, and having them all join forces in such a fashion, this is going to be really interesting to see how the dynamic of the personalities really play out in terms of their feuds with the opponent, as well as the unknowing collaboration between the two tag team partners.
I can imagine just by the wad of cash that we saw of Roberto Cruz hand Sam Hex, Hex is going to do whatever Cruz says. But the Direwolf and Nick Baker, the king of confections, I don't even know how they could be a cohesive unit. It looks like it's going to be Kerr and Cruz starting this match off.
And this matchup is underway. The thing is, as you mentioned, with the amount of cash that Sam Hex was paid off with, wow, what a chop. That'll do whatever Roberto Cruz says, but you have to be concerned about whether or not he'll let his personal issues with Corey Kerr get involved. Will his emotions get the best of him? and still allow for him to perform at the level that Roberto Cruz is expecting and has paid for.
That's a very excellent point. You can be paid to be a bodyguard all you want, but you're still a human being.
Exactly.
Atomic drop on the Roberto Cruz, taking another second to regroup. Cruz asking Hex to rub it to make him feel better. Apparently, neither one of them have been painted enough to do that.
No, apparently not.
I mean, Hex was already rubbing his chest and head, but that's a bit too much.
I think if he would have been rubbing it with the money that he paid, that would have been considered prostitution.
That's very likely.
And he might have had to have been arrested. I'm glad that didn't happen.
Same here.
But now with Nick Baker, the legal man against Sam Hex, really putting the boots into the corner. And the crowd chanting, "Baker's gonna bake you." Not exactly sure what that means, but I can only assume that it would be very malicious damage.
I would only agree with that.
Or maybe he's gonna give him some sick burns.
Oh,
Man, what a belly to belly by Sam Hex.
I have never seen someone quick cover. Only allowing a 1 count, Sam Hex.
Yeah, it looks like he's not done with Baker just yet either.
I was going to say, I've never seen somebody lift Baker with such ease as Sam Hex did just there.
And it looks like Hex tried to lift him up again to get him to the top rope, but Baker wasn't going to allow it.
Bringing the patty cake and dodging the big splash by Nick Baker.
And up to the top rope he goes.
We're talking about how Baker's malicious intent. That's exactly what Sam Hex is planning right here.
And the referee, as he was getting to a count of 5, but Baker was fighting back, so he stopped the count. And Baker pushing Hex off. And now Baker up to the top rope, dropping an elbow hard.
Straight into the heart of Sam Hex.
Whatever heart is left. Wow. That was an impressive elbow. That is a big man. Referee at a count of 6 now after that elbow. I mean,
these men are barely moving.
Count of 8 and a tag on both sides. Cruz and Kerr.
Corey Kerr like a house of fire. Clothesline, big boot, and now it's tilting sidewalk slam, spinning sidewalk slam.
And a roaring elbow.
Yes, a discus elbow.
Discus.
Yes.
It's a howling.
A howling.
Howling elbow.
I see, I see.
Setting him up in a fireman's carry. Oh, but Cruz rolling through, down. Baker now the legal man, though. Big splash. And now the rolling pin.
Baker blocking with his knee. I don't even think he did that on purpose.
Hex now breaking up everything as not the legal man doing his duties as a paid-off mercenary.
And there goes Hex.
And now Kerr and Hex on the outside. Oh, and that gold chain.
Just shattering with that sock.
1, 2, 3. Cruz picking up the victory over Nick Baker, breaking his gold chain.
Roberto Cruz and Sam Hex.
He punched him so hard that chain broke. Dudley Dawson isn't happy with Shelby Ingalls, and quite frankly, I know you're not either.
Right.
Shelby Ingalls still allying herself with the Goodman Detective Agency. But nonetheless, great effort by a surprisingly good team of Corey Kerr and Nick Baker.
Both teams actually functioned very well together, really playing off each other. It was very, like I said, it was exciting to see in such a fashion here, to see these gladiators developing in such a team aspect.
Well, that's it with a big title match coming up. We were able to hear a little bit more from both the champion and the challengers. First up, Jacob Braun.
Tonight, IWE's main event. Benjamin Brody finally gets his rematch for the heavyweight title against Jacob Braun. And you see Ben Brody, he's ready, he's hungry, he's crazy. Everyone knows all of these things. But you see Jacob Braun, and complex and calculated and always overlooked and underrated. Well, tonight, Ben Brody, you'll see that it wasn't just some cheap fluke. I won this because I earned it. Because I am IWE. I am the heavyweight champion.
Imperial Wrestling Entertainment, Houghton Lake, Michigan. Tonight, Braun, Brody finally gets his hands on you. That's right. Do you understand me, Braun? Do you know what that means? I get to step in that ring, and I get to grab you and do what I want with you. What Brody wants with you. Hut! 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 Hut!
Well, after some tough words from Benjamin Brody, he's coming out to the ring with a vengeance against the IWE Heavyweight Champion, Jacob Braun. The Huss chants running wild in the Artesia Youth Center here in Houghton Lake.
He's running around like a wild man.
When does he run around like a normal man?
Point taken.
I gotta say, the excitement that this man can build from a crowd is unfathomable. He has charisma like none I've ever seen before. It's astounding. I'm pretty sure these fans will come out just to see Brody make an entrance, run around the ring, and then leave.
That's all you need sometimes. Especially when you got a champ like Jacob Braun, that is all you need from Brody. There's no way he's going to beat Brody. Braun. Anybody.
Brody. It's okay. They're really good at cleaning up messes. Very thick and sturdy.
You're better than Clint. Focus on the match.
Match isn't started yet. I can make all the silly jokes I want. But approaching the ring now, the IWE Heavyweight Champion, Jacob Braun. The man who took the title off of Brody after Brody won it in a very emotional finish after he went off over Apocalypse. But now the man running the show, you see in the middle of the ring, Evil Dirty Jacob Braun.
He's the championship.
He's the championship.
I think that is an accurate description of Jacob Braun.
You're not wrong.
New Mexico, weighing in at 208
Gotta say, the physique of Jacob Braun is making Benjamin Brody. I can't even say that statement true. Both these men are just such specimens.
Absolutely. I mean, Braun looks like he's cut out of stone.
And Brody looks like the kind of man that eats nothing but lean meat in his entire life.
Nothing but a manly man, nothing but meat and potatoes for Benjamin Brody. As this contest begins, and Braun rolls out of the ring as if Brody's not even worthy.
Oh!
And now Brody going at it as the referee starts the count. And as badly as I'm sure Brody wants to win the title away from Jacob Braun tonight, I think tonight's more about a punishment, really just to get back at Braun.
I would only agree with that because this is the first time he's really had a chance against Jacob Braun like this.
Right, a singles competition since losing the title has not been in the cards for Brody, and now this is the opportunity that he's been waiting for. Not just to get his title back, but more importantly to punish Jacob Braun for what he did by taking the title away from him. Ah, this vicious back rakes. And you can see the pale skin of Jacob Braun already turning red from that assault.
The fans are already getting a little cautious about it. Is Brody biting that man again?
Taking cues out of the Creature Features handbook as they tag together for a little while. And in for the cover, 2, and a kick out after 2. Braun's so tall and so lanky, he almost kicked out into the ropes.
It's true.
In for another cover, holding the arm down, but still not enough to keep Braun down.
Very good technique out of Benjamin Brody there.
He's shaking his hand off like his assaults are hurting him just as much as they're hurting Braun.
I'm pretty sure they're not. And holding him up there, the strength of Brody.
A stalling scoop suplex. And dropping the elbow for good measure, in for another cover. Braun again able to kick out.
Yeah, I am glad that Benjamin Brody bought new pants for this match, you know? Really taking this match seriously, Benjamin Brody.
A jawbreaker from Braun. Was that sarcastic?
A little bit.
Sometimes the most worn down jeans are the most comfortable, even if they have holes in them.
It looks like Jacob Braun is doing just that to Benjamin Brody, wearing him down. Oh!
Winning going from corner to corner, but Brody exploding out of his side, in for a clothesline, in for another cover.
Where you're seeing that Brody is putting all his weight on top of Braun's arms, making him have to kick out, not just put a shoulder up. Wasting a lot more energy out of Jacob Braun in the process.
But the frustration you saw on Brody's face as he only got another 2 count.
And it looks like he's applying an STF.
Really got the leg locked and applying that crossface so much, so hard. Braun, as lanky and tall as he is, still not close enough to the ropes. Oh, and I think he escaped it with an eye rake to Brody. Now the axe handle from Braun as both men are staggering up. Braun starting to take control. Irish whip off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. And a boot right to the face from Brody.
And striking the head of Jacob Braun over and over. And how about a fist drop to end it all?
In for the cover. And another kick out with emphatic fashion from Brawn on that one.
And you can even see mid-pin that Brody went to change. Oh, a chop straight to the back.
Ow.
A very Brody offense, I could say.
Brawn's has already taken abuse to the back with those back rakes earlier. That chop definitely can't be feeling all that great.
And stomping right out of that butterfly is Benjamin Brody.
Sounded like he's playing with the crowd on that one.
I feel like it. A lot of confidence in Benjamin Brody right now.
Well, he has controlled most of this matchup, so he does have to be feeling pretty confident as of this moment. But he's got to remember that can change at any point as he goes in for the cover. And another kick out by Brawn. Brawn is champion and is still champion for a reason because of how smart he is in that ring. Not just his skills, not just his physique, and not just his performance, but how smart he is too. So being able to change the whole complexion of a match on a dime is something that he is like his specialty. So even though Brody can control most of this match, he's got to be careful not to lose it even quicker.
Seems like he's losing control of his feelings a lot in this match too.
I can't even count how many times there's only been a 2 count in this match already. And now Brawn spilled out into the arena.
You know, it's almost becoming academic at this point. The Benjamin Brody might become the first ever 2-time IWE champion.
First ever 2-time IWE champion. But off one of the benches we have in the arena here, Brody using his surroundings to his advantage to deal more damage to Brawn. Off the ring apron. Off the entranceway. It's the second time we saw the entranceway get used. I don't think I've ever seen it get used before.
Usually it's kind of left alone.
I hope they don't break it.
It's an expensive entrance.
Braun's starting to fight back finally. As he makes his way to his feet, but Brody knocking him back. Staggering him with an elbow right to the center of the skull.
It looks like they're finally getting back in the ring. Jacob Braun looking for some sort of breather.
You can tell Brody was feeling high and mighty. He walked over the top rope. He's ready to deal some more damage to Braun. He's ready to take what was rightfully his. And a famous woo as Brody's looking to do a figure 4 and in for the roll-up. 1, 2, and a kick out after 2. It looked like Braun was about to steal that one away.
We don't see many submissions out of Brody. Another back chop there. So it looked like he was struggling to put it in.
Well, it's probably the will of Braun that was kind of fighting through it a little bit, trying to stop it, but then realizing you could just roll it into a pin, into that cradle. Irish whip into the corner. Clothesline from Brody. I think this match is really showing a testament to the amount of willpower and endurance that Jacob Braun has as a champion. He's taken so much abuse, and although it may look like he's flailing at the moment, I suppose that was bad timing on my comment.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's still been fighting through this, still kicking out at 2, still trying to fight back.
It's like
he's not willing to give up.
It's like he's a heavyweight champion of some sort that won't give up his belt.
That's what I said. And another kick out by Braun.
I think Brody's getting really frustrated, trying to. Oh!
Wow. That was a right hand. Now both men exchanging blows. Brody asking to be hit. Forearms now, back and forth, and I heard that one all the way over here.
Oh, ducking underneath Brody. Brawn's got something planned, but Brody's powering. He's fighting.
Look, oh!
Lariato!
In for the cover on, 2, and a kick out. Brawn kicked out. That was the finish. That was Brody's best hit.
We've seen him put so many people away with the Lariato.
Crowd chanting for one more, and it sounds like Brody's gonna oblige.
I don't know if he can. I don't know if Brawn's going to be able to stand for it, really. Oh!
Oh, and a kick right to the back of the leg.
Oh!
A running knee. 1, 2. Oh, Lord! I thought for sure that was the end.
You can say the same thing about Brody's Lariato as you can with Jacob Braun's Carpe Diem.
For a moment, Brawn had just enough wherewithal and strength to deliver the Carpe Diem right to Brody, but it still wasn't enough. These two competitors, these two gladiators are the top of this locker room for a reason, and we're seeing it right now.
And that's it!
And ladies and gentlemen, that finishes up. A scramble to the finish there, and Brawn able to capitalize with the utilization of the ropes.
That's right. And it looked like Brody was just flowing at that point, and the cooler head of Jacob Brawn able to prevail as Brody just kept flowing after Brawn.
As both men, after they had both delivered their best shots to each other and kicking out from both competitors, as they got to their feet, you see a scramble between the two just to try to get the upper hand in any way, shape, or form. And as I said before, the brilliance of Jacob Brawn being able to counteract the aggression of Brody. Impressive by Brawn retaining the IWE Heavyweight Championship, as he is the IWE Championship.
He is the championship, clearly, after that match. Brody just so frustrated.
Can't believe he wasn't able to capitalize on his opportunity, but I guarantee you this won't be the last opportunity Brody gets. We will see him in this position once again, and the next time may be the time that he becomes the two-time IWE Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, with all respect to Benjamin Brody in this one, I would have to agree. I don't know if he could ever beat Jacob Braun, but there's no doubt in my mind there will be more championships for that man.
Absolutely. But that's going to do it for us here at the Artesia Youth Center in Houghton Lake. I am your host for this evening, Tommy Beetle Danger.
And I am the professional, Sean Lathrop. Good fight, good night.